Hello, everyone, and welcome to our commentary of Emperor's New Groove, a horridly underrated Disney movie. If I
From
do say so
2000.
I'm
myself. Yes.
actually really curious about this one because I only the Italian version. So I wonder, one, what will be the original jokes that were done for this, and two, how's the actual voice acting? Because from what I heard, the initial reaction was skeptical because of the protagonist being voiced by a guy called David Spade, which I know nothing about.
He's perfect for the role, though. That's the
Like,
thing.
Jova, is he like a Jersey Shore guy?
He may be.
Whatever, I'll see for myself.
Alright then, yeah, it was too early for us to get Shiroi a copy of Shantae 5, so her birthday pick instead will be Emperor's New Groove.
Well, actually, David Spade was a member of Saturday Night Live back in the 90s.
But yeah, the only thing I know about the behind the scenes of this movie was that, well, as the title implies, a temptation of the small short story of the Emperor's New Clothes, only that it doesn't really have much to do with it, and that it was rewritten severally because the original take was much more traditional Disney and serious, while instead they adopted a more comedic approach for the final product.
May have been part of why people were skeptical of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, people loved Aladdin, but something that was based off of the Emperor's New Clothes, well, nobody had any idea of how to take this.
So we get started then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, let's start
at the classic Disney rising animated blue-white logo. Basically the original Disney logo.
Take us away, Shiroi.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay, Tio, voice casting wise, you're in for a treat here. We've got David.
I know there's John Goodman in this.
Not only that, we got Patrick Warburton, and of course the legendary Eartha Kitt.
Also, David Spade plays quite a few similar characters.
Zootopia?
Did you end up getting Tarzan instead?
No.
The casting for my country's version was actually more on spot because it was tied to famous comedians that everyone love here.
No, dude, it's just the return of that wonderful trope that Jova loves so much. How did we get to this point?
Okay. This story actually benefits from it, especially since we get some narration from David Spade.
Yeah, the movie immediately tells you that it doesn't really take itself too seriously.
This is our protagonist, Emperor Cusco, the world's nicest guy.
Totally.
Sure.
All right.
How
adorable.
Spoiled.
Please.
Yes, back when they were called Walt Disney Pictures.
The Emperor's New Groove. Don't throw it off, by the way.
There's only one major musical in this movie. It's only the beginning.
It's from Tom Jones.
And the entire point is that it doesn't take seriously, so I can actually enjoy it.
Sorry, Siri?
I didn't know that, Woods.
Yeah, it was Tom Jones.
Huh.
So this is what the Disney executives were doing after they bought Fox.
Very structured, very place.
Yeah.
Whew, what a hard day.
So yeah, this takes place in the Inca, civilization time, so...
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, how many X-Men films do we have to release?
Oh. What is this, El Dorado?
Huh.
Don't snap your fingers, man. I don't remember Tom Jones having that much hair.
It's from his younger days.
He can leave his dream in animated form.
You know, guys, I think we should more so go with the fact that Tom Jones lived way back into the Incan Aztec era. So that should show you how immortal he is.
Time and space.
Yeah.
And his voice has not changed at all, like, to
Uh-oh.
this day.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh dear.
What a nice guy!
Poor bastard.
That old guy died, apparently.
That's to be believed.
What was he even doing there?
We'll never know.
Maybe he was the cleaner.
Oh, goody! Time to take a jab at another Disney trope of princesses.
This is great, though.
Oh.
They all look the same.
Ooh, hit with a great
here's the thing.
personality.
The Italian joke was even more, punctuating because he said, "Oh, let me guess, you're beautiful inside."
Yes, the real. Oh, okay, not yet.
Here's our villain, everyone.
Patcha.
Hey, I can't believe every single day that John Goodman can be a bad guy.
Oh yeah, he played
Well,
a vicious Santa Claus.
It's the most. It's the ones that you suspect the less.
He played a complete psycho in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I thought you were
True.
going to say Futurama as Santa Claus, but that too.
So there you go, Dweebs. The old man actually survived.
Oh hey, Piglet.
Yeah.
Well, is that Piglet's voice actor?
Yes.
Yep.
Bit of Disney alumni in there.
Beware the groom.
Wow.
This is not Christmas Carol.
Here we
yeah.
are.
Yes, the real stars of the show.
The
Yes.
late and the great Eartha Kitt.
It's like if Maleficent and Hades had a child together. It's amazing.
I know.
Basically.
We have Yzma, played by the late
With a
Eartha Kitt,
and if she were raised by Jafar, might as well.
and Kronk, voiced by Patrick Warburton.
One of his most recognizable roles, for quite a reason.
How do you get that chin? Oh,
Ow.
wow.
That's typical of Patrick Warburton animated characters too.
Yeah.
Except for Buzz Lightyear.
It's a bit of whiplash
Although
coming
funnily-
back to. Honestly, it's a bit of whiplash coming back to Patrick Warburton performance after watching Series of Unfortunate Events.
It was so out of left field him doing a serious role like that.
Oh.
It was good though.
True. Very true. Uh-oh.
You know, sitting in the royal chair is forbidden.
Wow.
I love the bit earlier where she said, "Well, I love the bit earlier where she said
Oh,
that."
God.
I'd say
I love
this
the
is
bit.
before floss was invented.
I love the bit earlier where she said, "But you should have thought of that before you became peasants."
Eh.
Oh. As in sacked.
Trying to usurp the throne will get you into trouble for that. Oh!
50 years
Have I
ago.
mentioned that this movie was one of the first ever to have it be kind of obvious that the protagonist is a jerk? I mean, don't get me wrong, Yzma is the villain. You can tell with how she dresses, but still, Kuzco is unorthodox as far as Disney protagonists go.
Yep.
You can call him an anti-tagonist. Not
Oh.
antagonist, anti-tagonist.
Remember, guys, Cusco's the hero, this guy's the villain.
Totally.
Gotcha.
Well, that's what the narration Cusco says.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, how many villains has John Goodman actually played?
Again, aside from Santa
A
Claus
couple.
and
He's mostly
Futurama,
cast as the classic giant of a man with.
And again,
good
10
stars.
Cloverfield Lane.
And occasionally Pride Flintstone.
and I guess so. Oh, he plays Fred Flintstone.
In the first live action Flintstones movie, yes.
Wasn't he in the second one too?
No, because it's a prequel. Yeah. And a meme was born.
Oh yeah.
One of many
For
from this movie.
for some reason, someone unfortunately had a field day editing some animations from Pacha, and everyone went on with it.
The weird thing is that this is a meme that would take years to be born.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Mena disapproves of this.
For good reason.
Just hope we don't have to do many blood sacrifices for it. Yay!
Yay, we're gonna destroy your village. Nope.
Clearly the hero we deserve.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, he's dead already.
You need some therapy session, Yzma.
I know, I mean, your career as Catwoman clearly didn't leave you that sane.
How long did she play Catwoman for in the 60s show?
Oh, she played it like the entire third season.
Remember with the Adam West show had villains being very recurring.
Although Catwoman had 3 different actresses. It's funny because, okay, when it comes to the actresses people agree are the best, it's often Eartha Kitt or Julie Newmar. Oh, goody! Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The only reason this
Yeah,
didn't
why do you have 2 levers?
Okay, the only reason this didn't become a meme the minute this scene was because the concept of memes weren't creative by the time of this movie. But let me tell you, everyone was spouting that joke and
was one
still
of the more
is.
quotable lines.
Oh yeah, the TV show uses this gag a lot, to the point where they even make a gag of how much it was overused, where Krog gets bored of the ride.
Oh, this joke
Oh,
too.
here we go.
Adorable.
Overkill.
The most quoted line in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
Smash it with a hammer.
yeah, best save on postage.
Don't drink it.
Oh snap!
Dinner time. No.
I was looking forward to dinner.
I wonder what's for dinner.
Kronk is the perfect husband for all three cooks.
Yeah.
I got this from Count Olaf. I mean, Little Red Riding Hood.
Well, I haven't watched the Venture Brothers, but I know Patrick plays the role of a bodyguard there. Maybe he got from those.
Maybe.
Wasn't he in The Tick?
That. Okay.
Also, how is she there? I thought she should be thrown out of the palace by now.
Doesn't mean she can't have her own
I think
place.
we're going to actually explain it in a bit.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Not the spinach puffs.
Looking for a husband, Cusco? About that.
Very horrible at keeping secrets.
So, who wants to play Russian roulette?
Just have to wing it, I guess.
In the mood for a little game from Princess Bride? Huh.
Irony. Crocs is the best hidden one.
I know, right?
Oh.
Wow, that was easy.
Oh god, he's immortal.
Oh. Well, he's a main Disney character.
Oh.
His narcolepsy kicked in. How did he not notice his neck just extended?
It's Cusco Shiroi. He's full of himself.
I don't know. The last time I saw this scene, it was far scarier back in the 40s.
Oh! Maybe he's dead now.
At least he used the broccoli thing.
Yeah, you
You
really
should use
should.
more glue next time. Oh.
He's
That
not
actually is
kidding.
true.
But Krog isn't a hit, man.
He spent all this time cooking. Come on.
Oh.
Everything stops for coffee?
Yep.
Yes.
Why? But why? Coffee sucks.
That sounds like the words of a salty, salty tea drinker.
I mean, I guess we didn't pay the composer enough. Who was it to do it?
Let me check. John Debney. He did the scores for films like Passion of the Christ and.
Interesting career choices.
Oh boy.
What have I done?
Well, that'll get the job done.
It works, I guess.
Okay. We're having a movie here. Can you just?
That's
No, he's got a
Yeah,
point.
what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called seeing a therapist. Sort of like the pink elephants. Now make your decision.
It's like a QTE in a game.
Yeah, Cusco will remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we get it. It's
Huh.
there we go. Yeah, well, Patch's day could be going better.
Well, funnily
Yeah.
enough, his day just got better since now his village isn't doomed anymore. Of course, he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
know that.
Because his emperor got turned into a llama.
Ooh.
It's always a cat.
Oh shit. No. I'm sure it will not.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry. But Krog, if you hadn't, you would have saved yourself from a mediocre sequel on the decent TV series.
I mean, okay, the sequel I don't really think is even bad. I actually like the sequel. Funnily enough, though, it's surprising. Despite how underrated this show was, it managed to get not only a sequel, but a TV series, unlike poor Treasure Planet.
Or Atlantis. Atlantis
Think
got a
Atlantis at least got a sequel.
Got a sequel, but was a mishmash of what was supposed to be the pilot and the ending of the series. But still.
It's a shame because, it could have had such potential.
I haven't seen Atlantis all the way through.
It's
good.
mediocre. I mean, I'm fine with
Yeah.
it, but I can see why people may not like it.
Yeah.
It's one of those bad, terrible, and worse animation compared to the first one.
I was never really that big on Atlantis, the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, the characters are nice and varied. It's what the movie does with them.
So now we've got Chicha, played by someone named Wendy Malick.
Why have I heard that name before?
She was in.
Of course, his wife is in labor. Why not?
Well, before this, she was in stuff like Apollo 11 and The American President, and after that, she's been in a couple of an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie and Adventureland.
Uh-huh. Gosh, Hunky Dory, his life is so good. It'd be a shame if something came along to ruin it. Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Jova. He clearly still looks like the villain.
Yeah, I mean, just look at him. Plotting his devious deeds.
That evil Patcher. I should have known he was evil. I mean, his kids, they aren't really his kids. He just converted his cyborgs into his kids to hide his evil deeds. And throw Cusco off the scent.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, guess what? For another first, this is one of those movies where the lie reveal subplot actually is not irritating.
Yeah.
Like, when I first stumbled into this, I was like, oh no, we're going through this. But surprisingly enough, the movie kinda is forgiving about it.
See, unlike most of these live reveal plots, for one reason, the character actually has a very good reason to want to lie for the sake of it.
And for once, it doesn't cause unnecessary, tension before the climax of the movie, which is why it's what is usually used for.
Yeah. It's a neat bit of parallelism between Pacha and Cusco. One has it all made, but wants so much more that he's going to bulldoze the whole village for it. One who's the village leader has, well, such a small house, yet wouldn't trade it for the world.
So Patch's situation is terrible. If only there was a boy with a key to help him. Oh, hello. Hmm. Sure. Okay.
Trying to sway the audience. Anyway, but that's a good point, Tio. It's a shame that that world may have gotten canned or whatnot.
Well, I don't know if it was even considered. I played the PS1 game. I know it existed, but I actually don't know how it is.
Oh, how is the PS1 game?
Yeah, that's what That's what I don't know, Jova. It's one of the few Disney interactive PS1 games that actually didn't do. Oh.
Walking on two legs is a bit tough, ain't it?
Ooh. Demon Llama. Now, for the record, the Inca mythology doesn't really have an evil llama god, so...
It does have an
Maybe
evil
guys-
dragon with antlers, though.
Yeah.
Have you guys played the video game?
No.
Eventually before Lives. No, I know it existed. I saw a trailer for it, but I never actually got to play it.
So, I guess in a way, the Emperor's new clothes does apply. He's naked, just in a rather creative manner.
Oh. I guess everyone needs a fucking therapist in this movie.
Uh-oh. Any ideas,
Just
Shiroi?
I've got nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I love how Isma's trying to pretend her lab is so secret, but pretty much everyone knows about
Yep.
it.
I mean, to be fair, somebody must have had to have built that indoor roller coaster.
Yep, secret lab that Kuzgun is. Yeah. You know that whole what this film was originally supposed to be
Uh-oh.
thing. Apparently there was a peasant in the movie that was supposed to be voiced by Owen Wilson.
Huh.
Oh.
I mean, I like Owen Wilson and all, but he doesn't scream. He doesn't really come off as village leader, does he? Whereas John Goodman.
It's okay, just leave him to die.
Besides,
It'll be
he's the guy.
fine.
He's the guy who wants to knock down your village.
Patch is just a good guy like that. I mean, the villain.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Dang you, conscience.
And I like Cronky doesn't need to have an angel and a devil.
I wonder how much of this dialogue is actually in the script, or how much of it was ad-libbed by.
I
Speed.
wouldn't be surprised if at least partially was improvised. I say between the Forest of Beauty and the Beast and the one of Snow White.
Oh, I like that reference.
Oh.
Oh no, a squirrel!
So adorable.
Oh hey guys, according to a guy who competed in Family Fortunes once, squirrels make people scream.
Okay.
It was one of them silly ads but it was during the final round, Big Money. The question was, name an animal that makes people scream. The guy answered a squirrel.
Of course.
Instant
you wouldn't
karma.
Good job, the heavy
Oops.
sleepers. Oh. I guess they respond to natural noises.
Even for a minor thing, it has to be Kuzco's fault.
So it's just like in the Page Master. A dramatic moment. I'm gonna need a red filter for that.
Oh,
What, the little one needs to eat.
Oh boy.
we need to grow up so fast. You got the wrong movie, Pacha, you know.
Maybe John Goodman auditioned for the role of Tarzan, but missed out or something.
How long is that vine?
Apparently long enough. Yeah.
Well, look at it like this, Kuzco. It's progressive. You're the first male Disney princess.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, would you rather dangling from a cliff or being eaten alive?
I guess dangling, seeing as how that one at least gives me a chance. Whereas being eaten alive means I'm already dead. Omae min shindaru.
Oh yeah, the film didn't really do all that well at the box office. It cost 100 million and grossed 169.3, not quite double its budget.
Thankfully,
But
that
the
was
DVD But the VHS and DVD sales helped bring it over the mark.
Is that why they gave it a sequel?
I
Probably.
guess.
There's your freaking waterfall!
Well,
I've had softer landings. Well, he did win a water park.
Yeah, that counts, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just build your water park there. You've got a natural slope. Sure, it's 90 degrees, but I'm sure you could even things out a bit.
ah, crap, he's dead.
CPR.
Well, Patch, I had to look at the bright side. No one is watching, so.
Well, you know what they say.
Yeah.
Princess can only be awoken by true love's kiss.
Uh,
He is a Disney princess.
Please don't speak of this again. Just breathe, Pasha.
Yeah, it's a little bit unorthodox.
For a Disney product, I don't know, Pasha.
God, he really would be the perfect vessel for Xehanort. I wonder. Not used to be tolding no.
You're not emperor anymore, really.
Ooh.
Well, he
For
is,
now,
but who's going to take
anyway.
him seriously in a llama form? Who's running the kingdom in his absence?
Who do you think?
Well, you're about to have your answer in a second, Weebs. Don't worry.
It's been a while since I've seen this film.
Don't worry, you'll see soon enough.
Ah. Oh, but by the fact, this is the game over screen for the video game.
Makes sense.
Not even the game over screen, it's the game over FMV.
Wow.
And secretly, everybody in the kingdom is jumping at in joy inside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he ain't getting any deader.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we go from stand-up comedian to Broadway actress as our empress.
Mm-hmm.
Was her Vic hit Broadway?
I think she was at some point. She's definitely big film star, though.
Ooh.
Oh!
Again?
I mean, you could make sure he's dead.
Oh god, he's dead. Didn't take her long to catch on to that. You think?
That's not why this is awkward, but sure.
Oh my god, he had a nightmare of the previous scene.
Yeah, that's actually surprisingly weird. The kid had a nightmare of what has happened until now.
It's weird because I've had dreams of stuff, but only before they happen, never after. Well, except for that one.
I guess it's an interesting subversion of a whole, premonition dream thing.
Oh, instead he's paparaska pashka pashka.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of siblings quoted that.
Yes, though, yes, though, yes, though, yes, though.
Go to sleep.
Well, this came out. Funny thing, go. This film came out a year before Shrek, and yet Shrek is more remembered for the whole fairy tale that got twisted and has an all-star cast.
This was around the time Disney was kind of losing momentum. For a bit.
Yeah.
It was around this time. They only really had a hit every once in a while. I mean, take the year 2002. They had a hit with Lilo and Stitch, but then they also had Treasure Planet.
It's a shame because Treasure Planet was such an acclaimed film. The only reason that they didn't have a hit with Treasure Planet was because they foolishly timed it alongside Harry Potter.
But don't worry, Joe. I'm sure they'll never make that mistake again. Oh.
Wink, wink.
They have an ego.
At least they don't have to worry about being in competition with 20th Century Fox anymore, ain't that right?
Which is funny because they have to release one of their animated movies this year.
Which one?
The Will Smith spy movie, Spies in Disguise.
Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing.
It's on Blue Sky.
I just thought this one didn't become as, popular because in terms of scale, it's not really as grand as a lot of other Disney movies.
I forgot the exact release date because in my country it was a summer movie and for us it's fine, but back then for America summer release was like box office poison. So
hey, Jover, it's one thing we've learned from Blue Sky recently is that when they're taking a film based off something already done, it turns out well, like the Peanuts movie.
Still, wasn't that mainly because the actual Peanuts guys weren't on that?
Yeah.
But fair
And I
enough.
heard, and I heard
Oh,
Ferdinand was all right.
Ferdinand is actually pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, oh god, that was done by Blue Sky. Huh. Speak of the devil. What?
What a surprise.
Oh!
Maybe we should have had him deal with Azula.
Again, remember, Cusco is the good guy, everyone. Holy cow. This is
Totally.
if we started an Avatar seeing Azula sobbing as a cried mess and saying
Well-
everything was everyone else's fault.
Well, there's been plenty of stories about protagonists who start off jerks and become nicer people.
Oh, absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
it's notable because
You
this
need
was one of
hands,
Disney's first time ever trying at it.
So
We managed to
technically,
find
he didn't
we managed to
make
find a loophole even in this Disney movie. Ooh,
That wasn't even intentional.
ooh.
No, they're gonna have a
Oh
big fight.
boy.
With cartoony sound, there's a cartoon, so
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea.
yeah.
Oh snap.
Look, don't worry, guys. The cliff converges, so they should be fine.
Oh.
So I guess Vincent watched this movie when he was a kid in Way Out.
no, remember, he read it from a comic, too.
So I guess it was the official comic book adaptation then.
Yeah. Since chronologically speaking, this would be earlier before A Way Out.
Well, no, A Way Out takes place in the 70s, so obviously it's something else, but
No,
it's
no,
good for a joke.
exactly. That's why I said chronologically, that comic would be an adaptation of the real-life event that happened when an emperor back in the Incan Aztec era was turned into a magical talking llama.
It clearly makes sense.
Indeed. You just have to read the history books to understand it.
Left,
Yeah.
right, left, right, left, right. If we could just reach the rope.
You can do that for 5 seconds.
I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Oh.
I guess you can trust him. Uh-oh.
And it just
Physics.
works.
There's
Yes.
adrenaline.
See, even they can't believe it.
He's so soon. Yeah, sure.
If anything, it should be the llama that carries him.
You should use some minions, Isma, like Maleficent has.
She's getting tired.
Ooh, ooh.
Heels. Oh god.
Exotic bird bingo. Oh.
Dang.
Could be worse.
Guess he really doesn't have a fondness for cats.
They're kind of in the middle of a conversation here.
Should be fine.
This is for James Bond in the jungle.
Totally.
True that.
Huh. Bummer.
No llamas allowed.
Ooh!
Good job. Patch's wife isn't there at the minute.
It's funny you mention that, Dwibs, considering the sequel.
Otherwise, it'd be like, you've cheated on me with a llama.
I have so many questions. None of them good. Especially not the first one that comes to mind. And it's actually not you cheating on me.
Yeah.
That's so tough.
It's interesting you keep talking about how he's our hero, Jova. Because in my country, this movie's called Pacha and the Emperor. So as far as my country's concerned, Pacha is the main character.
It actually makes more sense.
Tio.
Yes.
TV Tropes actually does provide a bit of information about the Italian version of this.
Like I said, we casted a bunch of famous comedians that everyone liked.
And Yzma is apparently voiced by a really iconic Italian comedian.
Basically, the major three roles were Cusco himself, Kronk, and Yzma. Pacha was voiced by a standard voice actor that everyone knows, and now he's a veteran for Disney.
Makes sense.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Oh.
So what, your Achilles?
Weak ankles, yet he can run Yzma all the way down.
Well, I guess to be fair, that was back in high school, so I'm guessing he got better at it. I know the feeling.
What's wrong with the gravy?
The gravy ain't the problem, it's just that there's a lot of it.
Yeah, too
Poor
much
chef.
gravy. Ugh.
Was that one of the animators of the original version quitting the movie?
Kronk's actually
Perfect.
pretty good at cooking.
Just sounds like he cooks the wrong thing.
Oh, he's actually pretty good at this.
Sure. Yeah, might as well.
Ugh. Maybe you two are more alike than you let on.
Hmm. I can't imagine.
Hey, a restaurant that can sing it in tune.
Is it even a birthday?
Imagine that sombrero.
Yeah. Yeah, even though you fired them.
That's why they want to kill you.
And here we have the ever-fabled TV trope, the Cassandra truth, where someone is telling the truth, but nobody believes them.
Coupled with the split before climax, but just like with Red Reveal, thank God this is almost immediately, tossed over, because I wouldn't have stand it otherwise.
Elvis.
Yes, that was very immediate.
Oh!
Ooh.
Well, that's true.
I mean, he needed to hear it.
He did warn you you'd be all alone eventually with no one to turn to.
Apparently, the only musical number in this film was actually written by Sting, of all people.
How peculiar.
Written by Sting and sung by Tom Jones. Okay?
Yeah,
The combination everybody wanted.
yeah. The lead of the Police and Tom Jones.
You never know.
And there you go, that's where we got
until
back.
you have
Oh,
it.
this bit coming up.
I think the Police was still a thing at this point. Yeah. Yeah, leave me alone, me.
I love how even Cusco is pretty much done of his selfishest self. Like, even he realizes that he was a jerk.
Oh yeah, speaking of music, the film was originally scored by Mark Scheinman, but his work got rejected after a test screening, and so they brought in John Depp.
Well, I'm guessing he was scoring the original Kingdom of the Sun version before they decided to make it into a comedy.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, John Debney scores comedies, so... Then again, so does Mark Scheinman, so...
It just takes a bit of a while.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, okay. In the time, she actually said, "I killed for less."
So, Cusco, who has finally realized that he's that much of a jerk, has
Or
pretty much
maybe
resigned
not.
himself to live as a llama. Huh.
Hmm.
Nope, even the llamas don't like you.
Wow, maiden season's gonna be cold for him. Well, have fun living as a llama. I'd say he breaks easily, but even I wouldn't really be too keen on eating dirt.
Scary beyond all reason.
Man, poor Kit. I knew she was getting older.
The best part is when my country's joke was instead when we called her Dracula's ugly grandmother. So
Damn.
Wow.
it fits.
How
Yeah,
big
sure,
is that
just ignore
bed?
him.
In-laws. Oh god.
Sure.
Wait. Who is doing it from the other end? Oh god. I think this place may be haunted. I bet you did. Seriously, who's doing it from that other end? Oh!
Ooh.
Wow, that's a nice first impression.
And more foreshadowing for Tangle, I guess.
Oh, I made a mistake. That opening song wasn't written by Sting.
Okay.
It was another song that I think is in the movie at some point, but it's probably at the end credits.
Great. Keep them distracted.
Time for some Home Alone hijinks.
And
And don't put your hands to the ground.
Ew.
You know, considering how evil he is, you want me to put the house down to the ground anyway.
oh boy.
Ooh.
How did they get down there so quickly? Well, props to
they'll
them,
probably
they're
ask
very
about
athletic.
Remember, Jova, teleportation is used always to be a dick. Cliche.
Oh!
Ow, 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 ow. Family reunion, eh?
It's funny you mention that. Okay, time to go.
For a montage, actually.
Oh, they're traveling by map. Okay.
Pretty much. Literally by map.
Yeah. Why did they leave a jail behind?
I mean, I guess this makes it.
Don't question it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it leads us right to him.
You can only go this fast by map and by swing.
They must have amazing stamina to be able to run for this one.
Considering how his life literally depends on it, yeah, adrenaline be adrenaline. Oh, is that a tricky one from Batman while you were Catwoman?
No. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Okay, so I guess God decided to pick on those two specific people today, like with
Well, Eastman is the
very
greater of
specific
two
cloud in a very
evils.
specific-
That's a very good question.
Like, even she doesn't know.
Oh God.
Wow, that was fast. That's a whole level in the video game.
Sorry, Dwebs, we only have about 16 minutes of movie left, so we have to get this going.
Oh my.
Yeah. Human. Makes me wonder of all the cruel experiments you could do by
I
feeding
guess I know
the...
this joke.
That's another meme for the
I
pile.
know,
That's another meme for the pile.
How'd you get back in before us?
Aww.
For the Italian version, they actually even broke more the fourth wall by saying even the audience is asking me it.
It's kind of like in the Tiny Toons movie where they literally fall through a plot hole.
Ooh! Burn, burn, burn.
Oh no. No, please.
Oh God, no!
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
She's not gonna flash us.
Oh, okay, it's just a knife. Whew.
It's ironic, because back in her days as Catwoman, loads of people would have killed to see what was beyond that.
Oh, you're back.
Okay, so that's a joke on Family Guy. Okay.
I don't know. Oh.
Ah.
You fiend!
Oh, he needs a hug.
Even Frollo would say you're going too far.
But they already did. They got struck by lightning.
Well, try for another one.
This will be permanent.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Yeah. Oh well.
We'll take that. Oh.
Well, to be fair, that's what anyone should do.
More Russian roulette.
At least none of them are poisoned, I think. I don't think they're in the mood to listen to a llama.
Yeah, just take them all. Drink them all. I'm pretty sure none of them are poison. Oh.
Oh.
Well, hey. Hey, think about it this way. Now you have your very own animal army.
Yeah.
Not sure what you said, B, but... Oh, yeah.
Turtle. We'll just try each one until we get the correct one.
Just really hope none of them are poisoned.
Oh.
Oh. Not quite that, Oh. Ah.
Oh, it's a whale of a tail.
Turned into Moby Dick.
Another llama one.
They really like their llamas.
What an interesting way of flushing away the water.
I mean,
Oh.
sure.
You know, it's a shame about the director's next film, the one he did after this.
What did he did?
Chicken Little.
Oh,
Oh dear.
God.
Ow.
Which one?
So it's a dragon like Maleficent?
Nope.
No.
I get that reference.
I'd say
It's
it's a step up.
Oh!
Oh.
It's a cat. Funny enough, the cat is actually voiced by the director,
Huh.
apparently.
Ooh.
I'm guessing for the cat noises.
Yeah. Mark Dindal, his name, by the way.
Hey, Eartha Kitt is a cat. Where have I seen this before? Guess she's a cat woman, eh?
I don't know,
It's
I
good.
think this is a step up still.
It's going to make you younger again? Oops.
Ooh.
Oops.
You're an idiot.
Bye, kitty cat.
Yeah, she'll be back. She has 9 lives.
God, you're right.
I'm pretty sure she lost several of them.
She's still on 9. She's got to make the impact. Priorities. Funny, Treasure Planet also had a moment like this. Oh,
well.
shoot.
Ah, fuck.
That's a tall building.
Wow.
Ah, ah.
Oh,
That's going to leave a mark.
Double team.
Just like old times.
Well, half an hour ago.
That's a lot of time in llama years.
So why? Is he going to be dead in 5 minutes?
oh,
That's morbid.
oh.
Ah, Kronk.
Karma.
I know,
Karma.
right? Awkward.
And then he drops it. And so here we are, back at, there.
What's your story, man?
Context,
How is he-
please?
How does he still have his bones?
Well, he has a crooked back
I
for a
guess-
reason.
I guess he's tough. Oh.
No, wait, he was doing the hand signal with it too. You know, the one that everyone made a meme out of.
It was a figure of speech.
It's his way. Ah. Well, you literally were Wolf for a good portion of your life.
Of course. Yeah, sure.
Ah,
Huh.
okay.
So
Now
now
I'm
they're
about-
neighbors.
Now I'm
Pretty much,
imagining
huh?
what would have happened if John Goodman played the Emperor.
Ain't that the truth? Aw, llama shirt.
And she even had a baby in the meantime.
Kronk became a
Scoutmaster.
Yeah, Junior Woodchuck Scout.
come
Oh,
on, he's there you go. So
brilliant.
then oh yeah, there's the Sting song.
Okay.
It's one of those feel-good songs, I see.
Remember, this was written for the previous version of the movie.
Makes sense. In which, if I recall correctly, there was even like an apocalypse involved or
Oh,
something.
geez.
The original version wasn't meant to be a more serious film, but basically after the Hunchback of Notre Dame didn't make as much money and
And
was-
it's very also
wait.
Atlantis.
got mixed reviews at the time.
Well,
Disney thought that this movie might be a bit too serious, so they wanted to make it more comedic.
Actually, I gotta correct you there, Pedro. Hunchback of Notre Dame was actually a financial and critical success back in the day, at least according to Disney.
But compared to Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and
Yeah,
all
it
that,
wasn't
also
that
it was
bad.
also it was in 1996. For more comparison, I'm guessing Atlantis was the most recent
Yeah.
one where Disney tried to be more serious, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah,
But that
yeah,
also,
yeah.
I'll be-
You're
That's
better
what I'm
off
saying
blaming
here
it.
in the wiki, though.
You're better off
Oh.
blaming. Wait, what?
Well, that's what I'm seeing here, though. On the
What
page.
about
Also,
Hunchback
I'll
of
be,
Notre Dame? Where does it say that?
Basically,
No, I mean, where does it say it
there
on
were
the
some
wiki?
concerns
I'm
from
not
the
seeing
executives
that.
about. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, although it says here that it was stuck in development hell, so I'm guessing it was conceived like in the 90s or something.
Also, I'll be honest, I prefer Sting when he's in a group.
With Stuart Copeland lives.
And the other guy's name.
Yeah, here it is in the wiki. Following the underwhelming box office performances of Pocahontas and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, studio executives felt the project was growing too ambitious and serious for audiences following test screenings, and felt it needed more comedy. So in early 1997, basically they just dropped on Catstone. Basically they brought in to co-directors of the director of Catstone Dance to join in and stuff. So basically,
they basically postponed it and reworked on it. And
originally this was being directed by Roger Allers, aka the director of The Lion King. But then Mark Dindal took over for this new comedic direction.
It's a shame. It's a shame too, Tio. The Police is a good band, and I only remember two of the band members' names.
You know,
they're the most famous ones. So.
You know what's weird? How Disney apparently considered a movie grossing $325.3 million on a budget of $100 million is underperforming. But I guess to be fair,
maybe Disney was going through their Square Enix phase. Much like Square Enix wants every game to sell 10 million units.
And also remember,
every movie to sell a billion, and then by a billion, a billion for the time.
After stuff like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, they wanted that to be the everyday standard, but they couldn't keep up with it.
I think the problem is that they were expecting everything to sell as good as Lion King, like Lion King.
But hey, I'm not complaining. I still love this movie, honestly.
Oh yeah. Let me get down to my thoughts about this.
But it is kind of a shame that Roger Allers' project got taken away from him.
I agree. I would have been interested. I wonder if there is I'm guessing it's one of the features of the DVD or Blu-ray, like a documentary on what the original version was supposed to look like.
I doubt it.
Maybe the live-action remake, if eventually we get one.
Totally. That's what this one truly needs a live-action remake the most.
Will you honestly be surprised if Disney do that?
A live-action remake of this would just follow the same basic sense of humor from the original, really.
That's what I mean. It doesn't really need it.
I mean, you never know, though. I mean, apparently since Disney considered this one underperforming, so maybe now they'll think, guys, we need to make it more serious for the live-action remake.
Well, let me see.
But anyway,
that was Emperor's New Groove.
Let's go with your final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, Sting produced that earlier song. I'm so confused right now.
Speaking. I still enjoy this movie, you know? I mean, as a kid, I liked it. As an adult, I get more of the thematic elements to it. And hey, it's nice to relieve the birth of some of the memes. Definitely one of Eartha Kitt's greatest performances, sadly, before she would pass away soon. But hey, I mean, it's a pretty good cast. You know, David Spade gets to make his splash here. Patrick Warburton is a treasure as Kronk. And, of course, you got John Goodman as Pacha. Overall, and they've even got some Disney alumni here, like the guy voicing Piglet voicing the old guy who gets thrown out of a window because he dared to throw off the Emperor's groove.
Sorry!
I mean, it's a good movie that teaches a good moral, that is, don't be a selfish brat or look at the consequences. And Kuzco, I repeat, Kuzco is one of the most progressive Disney princesses that there is.
He starts off as a complete dick, but then he becomes
you understand the common sense.
You really have to wonder if the guy is gay, though. I mean, he's never made a pass at any woman, and he does
so many special thanks.
Yeah,
he gets presented like 6 women and he rejects all of them.
Meanwhile, he asks him about how old Kronk's age is, like he's checking him out.
Makes his business a lot of the third. Okay.
Holy cow.
For this movie.
But again, you know, I mean, this movie is a blast in so many ways. It's funny, it's neat, it's over the top, it's just the right length, it's a load of fun. It's the Emperor's New Groove, and I'm so glad that this spawned a sequel series, which is, I'd say, about as good.
Oh, here we go, Joe. I'm checking right now. Even for the time, Lion King made almost $1 billion on just a $45 million budget. But in comparison, Pocahontas didn't even make $400 million. So it was a big drop from Lion King to Pocahontas in terms of box office. That's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah. Even still, it's kind of a silly mindset to have because Lion King was something special. But hey, that's way back now. Not like we can change the past.
All right, who's next for the final thoughts? Go ahead, Lives.
Yeah, this is always one of my favorite Disney movies. From the humor to the story to the the one song. There's supposed to be more, but then there was that huge falling out, and apparently, Sting doesn't have too many fond memories of the production.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh.
Well, very few. Remember, quite a few of the animators quit the studio.
Yeah, this was when Disney were not quite in their dark age, but when they were headed towards it, sadly.
There were even they even made like this fly on the wall documentary about what a hellhole the production was.
Jeez.
Wow.
It always seems like sometimes the best projects are the ones that had the hellish development cycles.
Yeah, but anyway, back to our thoughts. Yeah. I mean, there are. I mean, I wouldn't even know if there were any production problems until I researched it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people know because they usually don't look back because Disney doesn't really made any specifically major special features on Blu-rays and DVDs about the previous version because they themselves didn't really even care about what the movie was originally.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Really, it's a really enjoyable flick.
Goody.
Who's next?
I'll
guess
go
me.
next. Well, go ahead, Pedro.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun film. It's funny and it's a standard story, but it's told competently enough. Like I don't think it's the brilliant masterpiece a lot of people hype it up to be.
Wait, people hyped it up to be a brilliant masterpiece?
Well, a lot of people go out of their way in saying that this is one of the very best Disney movies.
I guess it's polarizing, Jova.
No, it's not so much as polarizing. Everybody pretty much agrees that this movie's good too. It's not that. It's just that a lot of people. There are some people out there who
I was
it's one of the
surprised.
very best, like top 10, and I wouldn't really go that far. I can think of 10 Disney movies that are better than this one.
I'm sorry.
But it's still a very fun movie for what it is, and the performances in particular are what make it. Like they deliver the lines, and the writing can be a lot of fun as well. I kind of wish they would have gone a bit more wacky. I know that this movie is already wacky, but sometimes it feels like it's restraining itself in its wackiness for some reason. I feel like we could have gone even more wacky. Break the fourth wall even more. Like just go complete Tiny Toons on it or Animaniacs on us.
I thought they kind of topped themselves with that when Crunk literally goes, by all accounts, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's like the thing to Joe. I kind of wanted the whole movie to have jokes like that, kind of like the Tiny Toons movie.
I guess to be fair, if the whole movie were like that,
it's not the first time where Disney tried to copy format similar to, like, say, Tiny Toons or Ren and Stimpy, but had to be more restrained. There was that Disney afternoon show with the cat and the dog, I forgot what it's called, that tried to be Ren and Stimpy, but had to be more subdued because it was Disney, and as a result, it didn't work.
I doubt that. I doubt that whatever happened with the cartoons had anything impacted anything in the actual feature films. Too, they're separate departments.
Well, no. What I mean is that the mentality of Disney, when even trying to, when trying to take risk in having stuff like be more in a sense of Looney Tunes or Ren and Stimpy, they still didn't want it to go full out. It didn't later ever happen again also with the video games with Epic Mickey. So I'm sensing a pattern in the quality control department.
If I'm to give my 2 cents, I think the main reason that they may have restrained themselves was because, the fourth wall jokes are great, but if the movie was practically just that though, it would kind of lose its charm. Like that's always my thing.
The Monty Python movies do that expertly, so it's not like it can't be done.
But even Monty Python doesn't do it 24/7.
Have you seen The Holy Grail? Oh, what?
We did a commentary on it together, Pedro. Of course I've seen it.
Also, apparently, there is actually a documentary about what happened with the previous movie. It's called The Sweat Box. I'm actually gonna look out.
That's what I was on about.
But was that released officially on the Blu-rays?
Disney have been trying to keep that under wraps, although it's
produced by Shingu Films. So I'm gonna try to see if I can.
Shingu Films. Oh, let me
Whatever. The point is, it's a pretty fun movie for what it is. It's a nice little movie if you would just want to chill and have some fun. And I'm not particularly curious about what the original film was going to be. From what I'm reading here, it seems like I'm not really seeing that much. That maybe eventually would turn out something interesting, but whatever.
Let me put it like this: as someone who's seen the original story, you're not missing much. It's just the Emperor learns humility because his new clothes are nothing. He's new. That's pretty much it.
And apparently Isma wanted to nuke the city with an apocalypse or something.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fun.
I mean, that's one way to kill a llama.
It's fun, much like with Lilo and Stitch. I think some people can go a bit too far with the praises they give it. Although to be fair, I still like this movie more than Lilo and Stitch. I think it's more creative, whereas Lilo and Stitch to me always just felt like.
I thought you were a big Lilo and Stitch fan, huh?
No, I'm not. Well, no. Okay, let me make that clear. Actually, no. I like the movie. It's fine. It's good. I just don't think it's the brilliant masterpiece that everybody claims it to be. Like it's good.
Are you in the well, considering the directors, I guess you're more into the. I guess you're more of a How to Train Your Dragon fan.
No, I love How to Train Your Dragon. Don't get me wrong. I love Chris Sanders, and that's more. Well, How to Train Your Dragon is more Din the Blood than Chris Sanders, because Chris Sanders was more like a co-director for that. Right? It was more Din the Blood who had the idea for How to Train Your Dragon. But anyway, we're getting on this off track. The point is, yeah, it's a fun movie, so that's about it too.
All right, I really love this movie. Like, of course, there's a bit of nostalgic attachment from what we saw, and thanks to the surprisingly great quality Italian dub. Most of the jokes from what I've seen are the same. Only a few of them actually were changed, but I will say for the better, because not to take away obviously from the original version, but I think they work for their own merit. I'm guessing it is truly an example of a localization working through and through.
Oh, it's interesting you say that too. Might as well add, now that you reminded me, our dub for this movie was also pretty top notch. And guess what? The guy who plays Pacha, he's also the Portuguese voice of Sully.
Huh.
I wonder why.
Makes sense.
Well, it's as you saw with the Mushu stuff, Joe. But we have this common thing of having one voice actor picked. Okay, you're gonna be the John Goodman dubbing actor, basically.
Makes sense for consistency.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Joe.
I think the Italian voice actor they picked for Pacha played voiced John Goodman in The Great Lebowski, so yeah, it makes sense. But regardless, yeah, I still really enjoyed it. I'm seeing it more times. I'm actually started noticing also the different jabs at the classic Disney tropes. Hercules also tried to do this, as we noticed last year.
It's interesting. I actually found Hercules funnier than this one, personally.
No, I mean just noticing the jabs where the princess thing, being the damsel in distress, the villain song, the villain plan, the villain transformation gets popped on. So interesting satire. A shame that the behind the scenes stuff seems to say that the original team was super pissed and didn't like how the cycle of this movie happened.
Apparently, they really wanted to make something really serious and ambitious, but
I know that, but from what I've seen from the Scars thing, I'm obviously gonna go check this documentary on another time. But from the few snippets that I read, apparently the team was really disappointed. And like we've said, most of them quit. So I'm more curious, but at the same time, I'm still liking this movie. I'm just sorry for the people that could not make their vision come true. Hopefully, they succeeded in other projects.
He did. Well, Roger Allers did go and direct Mr. Peabody and Sherman, which I do find to be one of the more underrated DreamWorks films.
No, that's fine. But yeah, as for this one, yeah, definitely a classic for me. Well, maybe it's like Pedro said, maybe not my super top favorite Disney movie, but still way up there for me.
I agree. Shiroi, that leaves you, the birthday girl.
Alright, can't really say what hasn't already been said, so this is a really fun movie. And like I said earlier, I guess, okay. It probably wasn't as popular due to, not being as grand in scale as a lot of other Disney movies that came within the past few years.
That probably did have a lot to do with it.
But on the flip side, I guess the reason a lot of people liked it was because I guess it was kind of a breath of fresh air after, the more, quote, edgier movies Disney was releasing.
That's the thing, Shiroi. There's one of the main reasons why Hercules got the flack that it still does to this day is because for some reason people wanted every movie to be like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, and like, so variety cannot be allowed, I guess.
Well, okay. It also partially had to do with how the animation style was definitely a lot more lax than it was beforehand. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Hercules, but you can tell that there's quite a kind of downgrade in animation compared to the other
It was
classics.
just using a different art style that, quite frankly, wasn't even supposed to be used for kids animation, because if you don't know, it was from the guy who did Pink Floyd's The Wall, so...
Yeah,
you know.
I mean that's the thing. One thing we have to remember is that a lot of Disney's audience were animation buffs. So when they noticed that the animation didn't quite appeal to them as much, that did kind of hurt it. Like, don't get me wrong, animation can hurt how some people do feel about a movie. I mean, it's not the buy-all, end-all thing, but it can affect some ticket sales.
I don't know. I consider myself an animation buff, and not just see it as them trying something different, honestly. But
well, not all animation buffs think the same. And when it comes to Disney, oh boy, do people take their animation seriously.
Go ahead, Shiroi.
Sure.
Well, I guess because of their reputation, they're held to a ridiculous standard that, it's difficult to meet.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Stanley Kubrick. Dave said something similar about Stanley Kubrick, Shiroi, that he wasn't allowed to just make a movie. It had to be an amazing movie, otherwise people would riot. So,
well, that's what ambition calls for. And I
don't know how people felt. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good thing to shoot for the best always,
And I don't know, Jova. If you always do that, your
That
work will
creates
start
too
being
much
samey.
stress, so...
Not just that; it will make most of your movies seem the same. And I mean, Kubrick
Okay,
did manage to
okay.
fall into that. But
When I say that you should always try for your best, I don't mean that you should always do the same thing. It's just like, well, you should always just try and do the best you absolutely can. I mean, that doesn't mean it's always going to be the same. It just means that you're giving it all your effort. I mean,
guess.
I can't imagine
Alright,
somebody saying
We're
to
getting off
shoot
track.
for just
Let's
okay,
try
but
to
yeah.
finish. Go ahead,
Yep.
Shiroi.
I mean, looking at it today, like, I'm not sure if it was down to people just, we have this whole issue these days of, animation has to be mature because otherwise I'm watching a kid's movie. It's like, no, you're not. But I don't know how people felt back then, but this was probably what it would be like currently. But anyway, all that aside, this is just a fun movie. That's, yeah.
All right, so see you for, well, whatever she will pick next year, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of like, if we're doing this in order, maybe Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
How interesting.
See ya.
See ya.